What's going on, guys? It's your boy Dev back with another one of these Dokkan vids, and today I'm going to go ahead and talk about why the top 3 T-Wars are the top 3 T-Wars in Dokkan. So number 1, we have Physical Kid Goku. Number 2, we have AGL Captain Ginyu. And number 3, we have Tech GT Pan. So we're going to get straight into it, right? So the first thing about Kid Goku is that he is a support type unit for the categories that he leads, and in the Dragon Ball Saga and Youth, both those category teams really needed the new leader slash support type unit, but that is a whole nother can of worms I'm going to talk about after I'm getting done talking about all the other points. So the first thing first is that he is a support type unit for the categories that he leads. That is superbly great because when STR Cooler did it, everyone loved him. He's doing it, so I'm going to hope that everyone loves him for doing it. So 2 key and 50% attack and defense is nothing to shy away from. That is a big time support passive, and I think that makes him very, very good as a unit. So that's the number one thing. Number 2 is that he is a Rainbow Orb Changer. Him being a Rainbow Orb Changer makes him great for not only his own category teams that he's on, but for other category teams that you would run him on where he is not a leader. Him being on other teams makes him more efficient because he'll make other teams run more fluently because he is a Rainbow Orb Changer, and that is undeniably a powerful ability to have on a unit. Number 3 is that he is a nuker. Him being a nuker that supports his own passive, 20% attack and defense, 7% crit chance and damage reduction per rainbow keys are obtained. He gets 5 rainbow orbs. Guess what? That's 35% damage reduction, 35% chance to crit, and 100% attack and defense additionally. That is pretty goddamn good on a unit like this who's sitting over 500k defense anyways. Rainbowed, of course, because, Rainbowed is typically what matters because it is the max potential of the game, other than 55%, which also matters, but him at 55% is also very impressive too, and of that 35% damage reduction is super helpful. So that is the third thing that makes him good. Another thing that makes him good, specifically, is that him being on other 200% leader skills that can use his help. Well, I wouldn't say use his help, but him being on 200% leader skills makes him more versatile in it of him having that Rainbow Orb changing ability. So him being on the LR Gods team, him being on Tech Pan's team, him being on Pure Saiyans helps, Low Class Warriors helps, him being the new leader for Dragon Ball Saga Youth, he helps out category teams that has needed the help, slash him being on 200% leader skills that can use his orb changing ability help. So he is a big help to other category teams that could use him as a slot. So that would be the fourth point. The fifth point that makes this unit so good is that he is a new leader for categories that need it. Now I know I'm going off of another point that I did for the other category teams thing that I talked about, but this is definitely fair enough to talk about because Dragon Ball Saga is trash, Youth trash, and Exploding Rage is bad. So him being a new leader skill for all 3 of those category teams is definitely pretty goddamn good. So that is what makes Kid Goku so great in it of 5 points. Number 1, him being a support type unit for category teams that have needed it. Number 2, him being a Rainbow Orb Changer. And number 3, him being a nuker that is supported by his Rainbow Orb changing passive. Number 4, him being on category teams that could use his help, slash him being on 200% leader skills that can be helped by his Rainbow Orb changing. And number 5, him being a new leader for category teams that definitely needed it. So let's go ahead and move on over to Captain Ginyu. So we know what Captain Ginyu does, right? So Captain Ginyu, of course, I should talk about the negatives of these units too. I will. I'm going to get to that in a moment after I'm done talking about how good all these guys have released in game. So let's talk about Captain Ginyu. So number 1 about Captain Ginyu is that he stacks defense. That's very, very good. He has built-in additionals inside his pass, so he can launch additional attack that has a 30% chance to come super attack. So you can, in a vacuum, get Captain Ginyu to super 3 times if I'm incorrect, right? So 1 from the 12 key, 2 from his passive, and 3 from his potential system. So he can super 3 times and stack his defense 3 times. That's number 2 of why he's so good. Number 3 of why he's so good is that he is a support type unit for Ginyu Force. In it of why I was talking about why Kid Goku's so good, Ginyu is basically doing the same goddamn thing of him being a support type unit. Number 4, he's effective against all types when this Ginyu Force category ally is sitting right next to him. So not only is he defensively sound, but offensively he is a pretty good goddamn unit. Ginyu Goku. So Ginyu Goku over here stacks attack, recovers HP, He has all this craziness, a 50% chance of seeing enemy super attacks when there's a Jace right next to you. So you can basically run these guys sitting right next to you, and then have this guy having a 50% chance to see super attacks anyways, which is definitely nice. So he has a chance to see super attacks. He has dodge chance, crit chance. This guy's doing it all, and he still keeps that launches additional attack that has a 30% chance to come with super attack, so he can get up to three super attacks, excuse me. Correct me if I'm wrong. It might be 4, but please let me know if I'm wrong, because if I'm wrong, you guys got me. So, Ginyu's great. We know why Ginyu's so goddamn great. Stacks defense in this form, effective against all types, support type unit, gets stronger with more Ginyu Force category allies in the team. Has a great link set when he's around those Ginyu Force units. We know why Ginyu's so goddamn great. And Pan, we're gonna go and talk about Pan real fast. I mean, Ginyu, I would talk about his leader skill, but I mean, Ginyu's not really used for his leader skill like that much, because there's a better Terrifying Conqueror's leader skill now over him. But I mean, I guess you could say he could be used for his leader skill, but more so you want to run him with other Ginyu Force category characters so he can look good. Ginyu, believe it or not, people saying that he only looks good with other Ginyu Force characters is almost not true, because he can be ran in slot 3 and he can kind of sort of get by. He could. I've seen the Truth do it. I've seen Goresh do it. He can kind of slide by. He can do it. He definitely do it. Now wait, no, was it Goresh? No, maybe it was the Masked Ningen. My bad. It must have been him. But I've seen clips on Twitter where Ginyu can actually work well, provided he is in slot 3 and he is kept away from attacks, even though he could stack his defense to look. Yeah, he could for sure. So, Pan. Let's talk about why Pan is so good. So Pan, I mean, the main thing about Pan is that she hits hard. I would probably say that, I mean, obviously, no shit, she hits hard. Pan and Goku, these are two of the hardest hitting TURs in the game. She definitely hits harder than Ginyu. It's not even a close discussion. So, the great thing about Pan is that, number one, she has 50% damage reduction before she attacks. But, I mean, that can get her shit pushed in, but her defense looks alright. It looks alright, provided she does not take that super attack after that 50% damage reduction. But, granted, most of the time, bosses are going to super in the first slot before you attack anyways. So, Pan has 50% damage reduction. She's gaining ki over here. She gains it plus additional 2 ki and 50% attack is the first attacker in a turn. She can basically hit harder. She's a build-up unit when she gains 20% attack and defense per attack performed. She also launches an additional super attack that has a 50% chance to become a super attack when it's a GT Heroes category ally whose name is Goku, Trunks, or Gyro attack in the same turn. So, I mean, of course you have to run this fucker, obviously, but this guy could look pretty goddamn good right next to Pan, because Pan is over here deleting shit and sitting there with 50% damage reductions at the first slot. Basically, the thing I'm trying to say is that Pan is destroying everything in her path. She deletes shit before she can actually specifically take damage. Like, Pan in a vacuum could triple super just like Ginyu, but hit harder than Ginyu, if you guys get what I mean. She's basically a better version of Ginyu offensively, but Ginyu is better defensively, which is why Ginyu is better than Pan. But Pan is nothing to be slept on. Of course, she has a million fucking unit super attacks, which I'm not bringing up, but that's neither here or there. And also, she has this active skill, which is one of the strongest active skills in the game, where she has all the stacked up attack, and she drops like a 20 million attacks that crits. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about what's the bad thing about these units. Now, the bad thing about Goku is that he doesn't gain defense on Super, but the thing that recovers him is that he does technically gain defense on Super and his passive, but he doesn't gain defense from his Super attack effects, which kind of could hurt. And the fact that this Goku does not have Prepare for Battle. Him not having Prepare for Battle and him not gaining defense on any of his Super attack effects or his unit Super attack effects could actually, that's doesn't hurt him, but at the same time, that will be better if he had Prepare for Battle and gains defense on any of his super attack effects. Another thing is Pan. The thing that hurts Pan is this. This is the main thing right here that hurts Pan. This 50% damage reduction of her having to be ran in the slot 1 exclusively, but it's fine or that she has to be ran in slot 1 exclusively. She just has to, you have to get lucky with you not taking a super attack after Pan supers, because she can get her shit clapped. That's truth. Now, of course, she is gaining 20% attack and defense, basically up to 5 times after she super attacks. No, each attack performed. So if she attacks 5 times, she gains 100% more attack and defense, so her attack and defense could look good. But Pan is basically exclusively damage. She's slot 1 damage dealer. So the problem with Pan is that she can get her shit crushed if she gets supered. If she gets supered before she attacks. No, she gets supered after she attacks. I'm confusing myself. If Pan gets supered after she attacks, that can really fuck her shit up. But that's really it. She gets super after she attacks. She can get her shit crushed, or not or, and the fact that she doesn't gain defense in any of her unit super attacks, that actually kind of hurts. But other than that, Pan is good. Pan has one of the best suited skills in the game, for sure. I would definitely say that. Bond of Friendship, Dragon Ball Seekers, and GT Heroes. This is one of the best suited skills in the game. I would probably say the same with Goku. Goku's just Goku. I mean, you can debate that, and the same would go with Ginyu. I mean, Ginyu, one of the best category teams in the game, Terrifying Conquerors. Terrifying Conquerors now. Yeah, I would say so. But the problem with Ginyu, I would say, is that Ginyu, of course, people say the main problem with Ginyu is that Ginyu doesn't look good outside of him being with other Ginyu Force category characters, which I would disagree, because, of course, people are like, oh, but, the Masked Ningen, Goresh, the Truth have him rainbowed, and they just, got lucky, which is, I guess you could say so. I guess. But the main thing about Ginyu, what people would say, this is a popular opinion, is that Ginyu only looks good with Ginyu Force characters. But even then, he has these fuckers. And then Pan has this fucker, who's given up to 70% support with crit chance and ki. 5 ki and 7% attack and defense, with a 10% chance to crit. I mean, pretty crazy. And then Goku has Ader, who's 50% damage reduction, hella defense. He's ridiculous. Damage reduction, defense, 400, 500k defense with 50% damage reduction. Is he the best banner unit in the game? I would say so. I've seen the gameplay on him. He's pretty fucking crazy. So I'd say he can easily be the best banner unit in the game. So I think that's about it. I've already made my points. I did my negatives on these units. So I think that's really about it. I appreciate you guys watching. You guys are the best. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.